First off, thank you for meeting me today. I know that today is your day off.
Yes, it is, but it's okay. We've been knocking them out, and when I finish with you, I get to take another nap, so it's all good, man.
Well,
Jesse,
I really do appreciate it because I know that those are few and far between. I watched All Gone Wrong on Saturday, and
uh,
it was a lot of fun.
thank you.
Definitely exceeded expectations. So first off,
Good.
I want to know, how did you get involved with the project, and was there anything that excited you about it, like when first
Absolutely,
jumping on?
because it's based on a true story, and I have a wonderful manager, Jeff Goldberg. We've been together 30 years. All scripts go past him first. He puts his handprint on this one. He had a note on it, so I think we should do it, Tony. And I agree with him. Bringing this character to life based on true notations of a suburban drug lord, if you will, and inner workings of corruption of a small police force. It's got a humanistic element, and I enjoyed shooting it in St. Louis. Uh, one of the meccas of blues migration, and I had a great time. Got to take my picture with the statue of Chuck Berry. What's not to like?
I like to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Obviously you're known for horror, and you've done,
I'm
everything
known
from,
for a lot of things, and
yeah,
horror happens to be one of my associates. Yes.
well, like Westerns, Scooby Doo. My wife actually made me watch, when we first started dating, X-Files all the way through.
Oh,
And
okay.
now I'm making my way through Criminal Minds, which you also make an appearance in. You know, do you enjoy stepping away from horror and sharpening your tools a bit? Or is
Yeah,
there,
of course I do. I mean, I don't like being marginalized. I mean, horror's been good to me, but I've done a lot of different things, man. But the thing that brings me the most joy is what I'm doing right now, which is theater. This wonderful new play called The First Deep Breath at the esteemed Kaplan Playhouse here in Los Angeles. We start tech this week, which means um, 12-hour days, 2-hour break. But we're all doing it because we love it. And Chicago critics have called this the next great American play. And I couldn't think of a better way to start off my 2023 than doing something I love the most,
awesome.
as well as having films in the can like All Gone Wrong dropping,
Yeah.
at a pace of maybe one a month. So what's
When,
that about but life?
right when I logged in, actually, I got an email, another press release for it, just dropped. Lamont, your character, he had an intimidating swagger about him, and I know that
City swagger.
you
I
did
love it.
mention it is a true story.
Mm-hmm.
How did you make that character your own, and was there any other performances maybe that you modeled after him?
No, no, I mean, he lived in a suburban area of, Missouri, and not the Ozarks, but, just out, he's a suburban grandfather type that just happened to make his living moving product from state to state. And, and the fact that Josh's sister, she was an actual police officer. So a lot of the inner details about things that done came from her input and her collaboration. So that was great. And we had a committed crew that was supporting Josh, along with my dear friend Frank Merle, who actually proposed the project to me. We've done 3 projects together so far. And, I found for all you young filmmakers out there, don't burn any bridges. You never know. Do your best work, put your best heart forward. And it's been my experience. I would do a lot of repeat work with directors, particularly Bernard Rose, who directed me in Candyman. We have a new movie that's going to drop next month called Traveling Light that we shot in the beginning dark days of COVID and pandemic mania. And so we'll be prepared for that as well.
You mentioned Josh, his sister as well, Josh Guffey. This team
Josh,
behind the yeah, this team behind the camera, was it mostly locals to Missouri, or did
yeah,
he?
no,
Okay,
no, it was local. Most of the people, the crew were all local Missourians. They shot it all within. I think that's why the film has such a distinct odor of authenticity because it was,
yeah,
I mean, I love it. I love the character. I love the climax.
yeah.
Um,
there was a lot of twists and turns. You know, one of the
Yeah,
things I really
yeah. We don't
liked
want to give
was,
everything away, but you
yeah,
know,
I really enjoyed like you kind of hit it a little bit, was the ambiance, like the locusts in the sound bed. You know, they paid
mhm.
very high attention to detail.
Yeah.
Reminded me of being in Texas, so it's kind of
Well, there
interesting.
you go. And by the way, shout out to Houston. I love Houston.
Yeah,
So,
excellent, man. Yeah, I've actually I ran into you at Frightmare, and then I believe at Comic Palooza one other time.
okay.
So I
Well,
mean, yeah,
yeah.
you're no
Yeah.
stranger to Texas.
Thank you, man.
Um,
It's been a
as,
minute, though. Been a minute.
as a viewer, everything seems so fluid and natural. And you know, I was curious from your perspective if that was more of like you guys had a rapport, or was that just kind of like you guys having a little freedom to play with the script?
No, I if once I accept the role, I'm not one to like go in and pencil out a script and say, no, can we change this? If I commit, I commit. And well, the only thing what I contribute is how the personality of the character. You know, once Josh and I agreed that this character needed a pet, and I knew it had to be a reptile. Once I had that, my character was completely locked.
Cool.
Because he's a sociopath, and the whole point is that he cared more about that lizard than he did about any other human being that looks
Yeah.
like a human. So once I got that, it was on. So
Some of my favorite exchanges in the film involving you were with Jake Kaufman, and then there was one exchange with Law X, which
yeah,
I thought was exceptional.
it was Law X brought. That was actually the first scene we shot.
Wow.
Yeah, how about that? So yeah, he's a very mercurical, very, very interesting actor, and I had a great time working with both him and Josh.
Awesome.
Everybody in the cast, actually, everybody was committed. You know, sometimes when you go away from the mainstream markets, New York, LA, Chicago, you'll find actors are everywhere. They just may not be able to make a living from it continuously, but they're some of the most passionate people that you'll run across.
Yeah,
And
I wasn't familiar with Law X until this film, but
yeah,
based on his performance, you know, I definitely wanted to seek him out and see what else he's
yeah.
been working on,
He's
which,
also a musician. He's a talented musician
yeah,
and rapper out of the UK.
yeah, looking forward to that. You know,
Hmm.
I know, you, like we talked about, you know, in the beginning, you are a busy guy rehearsing for a play outside of this.
Hmm.
You know, is there anything else that you want to mention, maybe that's coming out, or anything that you are excited about?
I'm
Uh,
excited about everything, but film wise, I could. The most excited is here about Venom dropping on Spider-Man 2 for kids everywhere of all ages. I'm a gamer, and gamers gonna make some noise.
yeah, I noticed that as well. Yeah, I believe that's very soon down the pipe.
Yeah,
Um,
third
uh,
quarter of this year.
so thank you for your time. You know, here at CineDump,
Thank
we let
you.
the doers know how they're doing. And Mr. Tony Todd, you are doing
It's been a
just
pleasure.
fine.
Thank you so much, and shout out to you. Hope our paths cross again.
Oh, of course, of course. We will see you in Texas soon. Thank you, sir. Get
Okay,
some rest. We will
Texas
talk to you
Fright
later.
there. Thank you. Peace.
Bye.